Okay, so today we're gonna take a look at this, the Nazgul 5 HD, and this could very well be the best budget 5-inch drone on the market today. Let's get started. What's good, everybody? Ken here, you're watching Original Dobo, and today we're doing our full review of the iFlight Nazgul HD. I've had this for a little bit now, and I've got a chance to put it through some packs. I do have the 6S version in front of me, but it is also available in a 4S version as well. My configuration that you see before me comes with the iFlight 2207 1800 kV Zing E motors. That's like their budget line of motors. It has the F405 Sussex stack that's capable of outputting to DJI. Has a Caddx Vista in here, and it also comes with a Hero 7 mount, which I think looks pretty damn dope. Now the frame is a True X frame. It's a 240 millimeter frame. So just be mindful of the fact that yes, with the True X design, while I feel like they are stronger, you will get props in the shot. It's going to be absolutely unavoidable. Now, one would think that with everything that you see here, because it's a budget friendly drone, it would fly like crap, but that's not the case here. When I first picked this thing up, I was absolutely enamored at the fact that how well this thing flies. iFlight does a tremendous job with tuning their drones. So if you are looking to get a ready to fly drone, I think that iFlight is a way that I would lean, just because they do spend a good amount of time tuning their quads. This is now the second one I have. I actually have the bigger brother of this, which is the XL5. And yeah, there is a massive size difference between the two. And there's also a large weight difference between the two, and the fact that this is running a full-size air unit and this is running the Caddx Vista. Now there's pros to cons to running the Vista over the air unit, like you can't record directly to the Caddx Vista like you can on the air unit, but I feel like it's actually worth going with the Vista just to save a little bit of weight in place of that bigger unit. So the frame is pretty much redesigned, and they added a couple of new things here. Like at the bottom, we now have this iFlight cutout with an LED that glows the same color as the TPU prints, which I think is pretty cool. There's a cutout here for a capacitor because it is pretty cramped in here. They have made the most out of the space within this quad. It does have the Vista camera, so you're not getting a Nebula camera or anything like that. It is the full-size DJI camera, which I think is probably the best of them all. I've tried the Nebula and I wasn't really impressed. Yeah, anyways, so it's mounted. Looks like it's soft mounted down here at the bottom for the Vista, so you shouldn't get a lot of vibration. Like I said, my version does run Crossfire, but you can get this with FR Sky, or you can just bind it directly and fly it with your DJI controller if that's what you're into. Now, iFlight did do something a little bit interesting here. You'll notice that this antenna does come off, which is sort of interesting for a Vista unit. The Vista units usually use those UFL connectors, which is sort of a love-hate for me because it sort of binds you to just one type of antenna. But with this drone, you can actually just change it out and have an SMA connector to a left-hand polarizing antenna that works with DJI. So if you want to go with something a little bit longer to maybe get yourself some more range, you can definitely do that. Now, in my testing, I feel that this works definitely much better than having the UFL connector. However, there is still a UFL connector. Don't think this is some type of special Vista. It's a UFL to SMA connector, so there you go. Anyways, let's go ahead and put this thing through its paces and do some test flights so you can see exactly how it performs.
I always forget about that. Alrighty, so we're gonna do the first flight with the Nazgul 5 HD. It's running 6S. I got a 1050 milliamp hour battery on here, Hero 7 black on here, and I'm not doing any post stabilization. I'm just putting the camera to auto. So there will be stabilization on the camera, but nothing additionally. All right, let's give this a go. Wait until you see this, wait until you see my DVR. Yeah, you can see them. These Nazgul props are actually really solid. I like them.
Motor.
There's like zero prop wash out of this.
I thought a lot of the prints in Nazgul wasn't tight.
Yeah, they're different frames I gather. Yeah, but the iFlight frame I have, the DC5, works with the Nazgul, which is sort of odd.
I was looking for a VCS.
A little bit of prop wash right there. Tiniest bit of prop wash. Still going, 3.7. How long have I been flying?
Like 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes.
Oh, I gotta get this. I'm gonna try to power loop this.
See, I can do that. I can do a split S and come back under, but I can't power loop for a fuck. Oh, almost. A little bit further back, you'd have had it.
Yeah, I gotta get it. Still at 3.7.
I see what yours is doing. When you're going straight up instead of, you gotta kick back further.
Yeah, I gotta kick it back further.
There you go. Perfect.
Ah,
That was a good shot right
that was a good shot at it. At 3.6, let me get it again.
there. Set up perfect. You just drop it down and paddle.
Nope. Damn it.
One day I'm gonna do nothing but paddle. That's a good one. Let it fall.
Nah, too far.
Yeah, you were right on.
I was right on the post there. Sometimes I get it, you know, sometimes I don't.
I can get it like 1 out of 50.
I killed the battery. Alrighty, so that was the first flight. I ran the battery down to 3.3, which was probably a lot lower than I should have. I was ripping on it a little bit trying to power loop this pole, but a full 5.5 minutes of flight out of this is nothing to sneeze at. And that's with the 1050 battery. I think if I had like an 1100 or a 1250, it would probably do even better. I have 1350s, but then you start trending into it's going to be a lot heavier, which it may negate the fact of why you were using such a light battery to begin with. But yeah, this thing is an absolute ripper, and I love these props. So let's get back into the studio and give you my final thoughts on this.
Alrighty, so after that flight, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the overall quality of this. I noticed very, very little prop wash with this unit. It flies super smooth. I mean, just super stable and acro. And if you want to flip it up into angle or even horizon, you can definitely do that for some more cinematic styling flight. Now, the only drawback that I really feel with this particular unit is, again, because it is a True X design, there is that potential that if you are shooting really wide, that you are going to get props in the shot. But that's easily adjusted if you just shoot in 1440 at a 4:3 aspect ratio and just crop in a little bit. I think that's the best way to go about this. All in all, I feel like the Zingy motors in the 1800 kV is that good sweet spot. On my T-motor build, I'm running 1950s, and I feel like that's just a little bit too much. I feel like the 1800s give me good authority in the air, a decent amount of control, and some relatively solid flight times. I'm seeing anywhere from 5.5 to 6 minutes of flight, providing that I'm not ripping on it, and that's using a 1050 mAh 6S battery. So I didn't really beat on this too heavily because I am still breaking it in, and I just overall really do like the look of this drone. But yeah, for $319, I don't think you can really go wrong with this. I mean, again, nothing about this drone screams budget, which is sort of ironic because they are marketing this as a budget drone. I mean, there's a lot of components on here that really do match up to the XL5, which is sort of shocking. Now, would I have liked to see an F7 processor? Yeah, absolutely. But the F405 is actually pretty common in a lot of the DJI builds for some reason, and it just works. Now, my only gripe with this drone is the fact that these cables that come from the motors to the stack here on the ESC stick out a little bit, but that's an easy fix, as all you need to do is maybe throw some zip ties on here just to keep these down and out of the way. The biggest fear is if you bent one of these props that it could potentially cut one of the leads to the motor, but I don't really see that being a problem. The Nazgul 5 props I feel like do great. I actually prefer these props most of all just because I feel like I get the least amount of prop wash with the Nazgul props, but that's just me. And of course, the addition of the Hero 7 mount that is adjustable, I like because, you know, you never know how aggressive you want to fly. So to be able to adjust your pitch of your camera in the field is really important. Plus, too, they did a phenomenal job 3D printing this. This thing looks absolutely awesome. And I can't even imagine how much time these things take to make. But yeah, all in all, 2 thumbs up for me. If you do get this, I would highly recommend getting the Crossfire version. I feel like the Crossfire is so easy to bind. You just power the quad up and Crossfire is ready to go and update the receiver. There's just very, very little fuss. But this drone just sort of ruined it for anybody who's going to put out a ready to fly quad. If you have the DJI FPV system currently, I can't recommend this enough because the quality to price to performance, it checks all the boxes. But anyways, there will be a link in the description below if you want to check out this Nazgul 5 HD. Like I said, $319. It's really hard to pass up, and it's a great little platform. The chassis of this is phenomenal, and like I said, the motors work phenomenal. I'm using the iFlight Zing E2750s on another build, and I've been rocking those for several months, and it's probably one of my favorite flyers. So the 1800s, I have no question that they're going to be able to perform over a long period of time. But there you go. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment down below, and I will see you in the next video.